Heroes, Joe Smith here. And I got some sad news here. Crazy sad news. Hate to keep doing this to you heroes out there in the Hero Nation, but recently Joe Smith done a video talking about how teenagers are getting out of control. Lots of crimes, carjackings. I mean, serious crimes. Not talking about stealing a candy bar from the grocery store or gas station or something like that. Not talking about skipping school or breaking curfew or something. No, they're sort of like carjackings, armed carjackings with guns, murders even. 12-year-old shot and killed a man recently. Just hearing all sorts of stories about teenagers shooting and killing people here. Well, it's got worse. Not just are the numbers going up, but the ages are going down. That's right. Breaking news today out of Lakeland, Florida, Polk County, Florida. America's sweetheart, Sheriff Grady Judd, had to do a press conference and announce this sad news, but a child shot and killed another child. And you're not going to believe this. Both children were black. Both children were brother and sister. The victim was a 2-year-old girl. The shooter was a 3-year-old boy. Now, no, the 3-year-old boy has not been arrested. Sheriff Judd did not arrest the 3-year-old boy. It's considered an accidental shooting. But the adults that were supposed to be supervising them, including the one that brought the gun into the house, have been arrested. Apparently, these guys, they were friends. Sounds like there's like 3 of them over there together. The guy that lived there, and then 2 friends came over. And because of Florida's Marsy's law, they can't reveal the relationship between the children and the adults. So not sure who the parent was, or possibly probably the guy that lived there was probably the dad. Not sure who the mother is or where she is or was at the time. But the 3 of them were watching basketball games. The one that brought the gun had some prior charges and convictions, but all misdemeanors, no felony, nothing that prevented him from owning a gun or carrying a gun. The person that lived there, that owned the house or rented whatever, he did have some outstanding warrants currently for failure to appear, and his past charges were all misdemeanors, so he wasn't prohibited from possessing a gun, but he wasn't in possession of the gun. In fact, they determined, or the person that lived there claimed, and it sounds like the police believe the story or determined it accurate, but he claimed that he had no idea his buddy even brought a pistol into the home. The pistol was a Hi-Point 380. The guy, the friend that brought it, who legally owned it, legally bought it, he said that he hid it or stuffed it into the sofa cushions to keep it away from the kids, but then guess they were sitting on like a different chair or sofa or doing something or other else, and the kids were like playing on the sofa, and I guess the boy found the gun, and a little while at some point in time, and then while they were watching the game, while the 3 adults were watching the game, All of a sudden they just heard a loud pop, a loud bang. And they ran, and there they discovered that the 2-year-old girl was bleeding, had been shot in the stomach, and the 3-year-old boy went running and crying to his room. Uh, the 3 adults grabbed the 2 kids, they jumped in their car and tried speeding to the hospital, tried rushing to the hospital instead of calling 911. They ended up getting into a car accident with another car. Sounds like there's no fatalities or serious injuries, at least, in the car accident that they're in. The little girl, the 2-year-old girl that was shot, sounds like is still alive. I may pull through and recover from this. It's in the hospital, having surgery and recovering. The adults, the guy that lived there and the guy that brought the gun, have been arrested, though, and charged for more than 20 ounces of marijuana, and for having the guy that lived there for providing a home for drug use or drug sales or something. And then there's a bunch of drug paraphernalia too that they caught, but they got a bunch of marijuana. Sheriff Judge just said it was more than 20 ounces. Didn't go into further details on the exact amount. The charge was just 20 ounces or above, he said. The third person that's there sounds like had no prior criminal history and was not involved with taking the drugs or using the drugs or that, and so far has not been charged with anything. The person that brought the gun is also, Florida's got some sort of statute where if a child is shot by a relative, the relative cannot be arrested prior to a 7-day wait period for some crazy reason. But even though the 3-year-old's not being arrested, and even though not sure if the friend was related or just a friend, or if he was the father of the kids, or what the deal was exactly, but he, after a 7-day period, Sheriff Judd did say, just to make sure that the courts didn't try to throw the case out because they arrested him too soon because of that crazy statute. They're going to wait the 7-day period, and then they're going to file additional charges on him for a culpable negligence. And if the child dies, then he will also face negligent manslaughter as well. So everyone, not going to say any names, but you could look up the story on YouTube and find it, and see the press conference and the names that were announced during the press conference if you want. Didn't write the names down. I watched it earlier when taking a break, and just got done with supper here, and figure go ahead and tell you heroes about this crazy, sad story. But just please be praying for that poor little 2-year-old girl there in Florida. Hope that she pulls through. And hopefully the 3-year-old boy doesn't cause permanent scars to his mentality or whatever as he grows up. Just seems like a lot of these black kids growing up have it hard enough already. Now you got a brother and sister that may grow up together knowing that the brother accidentally shot the sister when they're 3 and 2. And like Joel Smith here said, hopefully the little girl survives. So they at least do have the chance to grow up together. Otherwise, if she dies, how's that boy ever going to forgive himself as he grows up? You know, like Sheriff just said, firearms that are inanimate objects. It takes a person to activate them. They don't just go off on their own. It's wonderful that we have the freedom and the rights to own them and possess them in this country, whereas there's countries out there that do not have those rights and freedoms. So people, please, if you're going to own a firearm, keep it locked up, keep it secure, or keep it on you. Just the other day in Gulf Shores, Alabama, at a fun center park, amusement park or something there, where guns are prohibited, signs posted. Someone brought a gun in, was riding the go-karts, gun fell out of his holster or pants or whatever. During the ride, he got up and left. The gun left laying on the seat, and then a teenager or young man that was kind of next in line to ride the go-karts happened to see it when he was running to get on the go-karts, and then he grabbed it and pocketed it, and then after the go-kart ride, he just kept it and ran off. So if you are going to carry a firearm, make sure it's secured. Carry it safely. If you're going to own them, make sure they're secured safely. If there's children in the house, you gotta pay extra attention. This little boy thought it was just a toy gun, and he was playing police, cops and robbers or something, or army, or, you know, like little boys like to do. Joe Smith loved playing army or that growing up out in the woods with toy guns, water guns and that with neighbor kids. But poor little 3-year-old boy thought the thing he found in the sofa cushions was just a toy. Be more responsible, people. Joe Smith knows you heroes of the Hero Nation that follow and listen to Joe Smith's videos are responsible. Not talking about you guys being responsible, but just spread the word to your fellow firearm owners. We all need to make sure we're responsible, safe, and all that. And Joe Smith's just trying hard not to break down crying here. His heart's just broke and shattered from hearing this sad story. Poor little kids. Oh, thanks for listening. Again, prayers for the poor little 2-year-old girl there, Lakeland, Florida area, Polk County, Florida. And spread the word about being responsible carrying and possession of firearms, and keep them locked up away from kids. Keep them unloaded and locked up away from kids, and teach your kids for that about the safety too. Teach them if they see one not to pick it up and to run for an adult. You even teach a 3-year-old, if you find a gun or find something that looks like a gun, don't touch it. Run to mommy, run to daddy. Tell us, ask us, is that real or is it a toy? Before you touch it. And yeah, the fact that toy manufacturers have been making guns like bright colors, green or yellow or orange, or that a lot of these that's kind of helped things out too. But then there's been some criminals out there that aren't supposed to have a gun that paint their real gun to bright colors to make it look like a toy. Hope heroes, enjoy the rest of the weekend, or try to. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, ring the bell if you want. Hope to see you back next time. Joe Smith, sign out.